Good morning and welcome to Let's Beat Up on the Sugar Demon. This is Sue Lawton and I have my buddy with me. Deb, are you there?
I'm here. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Rainy Monday in New Jersey.
Yes, and you have a handout there. It'll print out for 2 pages. And we're going to talk about the handout and we're going to give you summaries along with the webinar in case you're driving, because you shouldn't be looking at handouts while you're driving, or you shouldn't be texting. Do not text and drive. We want you to stay alive.
Yes.
These are calla lilies. Our friend Noel posted a whole bunch of photos they took in Amsterdam touring the botanical gardens. That's not too
Beautiful.
far from the Van Gogh Museum
Mm-hmm.
or the Van Eyck's. They get to see, the Great Dutch Masters Museum is across the way from there. It's just a wonderful place to be. I've never seen so many colors. How about you, Miss Deb?
No, not at all. And it's amazing. Puts a smile on your face already early in the morning.
That was the idea. We got to have spring here because it's being yicky outside.
Yeah,
So,
like the really dark burgundy colored ones. I've never seen those.
yeah, well, Robert Mapplethorpe was a phenomenal photographer, and he has several calla lily images that are known the world over.
Mm-hmm.
And, he did shadow and relief, and he did, black and white. He was extraordinary. But
Mm,
these are just a wonderful expression of nature.
they
I
are.
wanted you to see all the different colors, guys, because everybody's sugar demon wears a different outfit. We had people write to me this week about the sugar demon blues, and they weren't sure, they weren't prepared, they said, for the depression that can happen. And I'm going to say, you just weren't listening.
That's true.
Okay, let the festivities begin. Happy depression, everybody. Are you, Reggie, downright miserable?
Woohoo!
You remember these characters, right, Deb?
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
And what do we
Yep.
see right over here? A cake, cookies. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yes,
Only to add more to that depressing feeling if we ate those.
yes. Okay, let's talk about some signs of serious addiction to sugar. And then maybe you'll understand all the sticky threads that have been woven within your body and your heart and your mind
Right.
that let you be attached to the sugar demon. And the
Mm-hmm.
depression is a constant reflection of, it's brief. It'll pass after 3 days, I promise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we've talked about the cravings of sugars and carbs. We've showed you that cycle chart, and that when you are addicted to sugar, it's a constant craving. You eat it, you want more, you get, your energy goes up for a little bit, then it goes down, so you want more, and we're always seeking that fix for feeling tired or lethargic. So, but it also makes us crave it more. So it is a vicious cycle.
Yeah, and a lot of people are in denial that they have an addiction because they can say, "Well, I can go a whole day without bread." Well, what kind of flavoring did you put in your tea? Did you put honey in there?
Right.
Did you have other sources of sugar? Because it's subtle. The sugar demon didn't get to be so popular by being dull.
Right. Right, absolutely. And also what we've talked about is feeling really, or lack of energy, feeling very tired. You get that lethargic. I don't know, like people say that their feet, they feel like they have 2-ton weights on their feet. But again, when you're coming off of it, you're going to feel that initially, but it's going to get better and your energy is going to be revitalized.
Yeah, and some people, when they're on carbs, they recognize they put on 10 to 15 pounds.
Right.
And summer comes, and what do they do, Miss Deb?
They want to take it off. And so then they do some fasting and things like that to try to get rid of that weight. But also in the summertime, we have all those other things around us that make us have other cravings. Like, we have Coors ice cream down at the shore, so They want to lose the weight, but if you stay off the sugar, it's going to continue. You're not going to pack it right back on.
Right, and we gave you suggestions, and part of the suggestions we're going to cover in a few minutes about establishing permanent new patterns.
Mm-hmm.
People say in the business we're in of sharing healthy things and good health and good vitamins and superfood, people come to us and say, man, I've had a chronic cold for 2 years. I've had dandruff. I can't taste things like I used to, and I'm only 35. I get brain fog. Sometimes I go into the bathroom, can't remember why.
Huh?
People will say, I open the refrigerator 6 or 8 times, don't take anything out, can't remember why I'm there.
That's right.
Foggy.
And a lot of people have the skin problems and they blame it on adult acne and things like that. And a lot of times it's from what we're putting in our mouths.
Yeah, we're giving you this information not to judge you, not to in any way criticize you ever. I am a sugar addict. I admit it. I have worked with it for years. Some days the demon wins, and some months I win. But it's an ongoing change my habits, change my attitude. I'm very aware of what a struggle this can be. But
Sue, the other thing that we have gotten some emails about and everything is just the people that have just been off of it for the week with us. The change in their skin, they feel like they're younger looking. There's more vitality to it. The wrinkles have seemed to kind of diminish a little bit. So there is another positive for us women who want to get rid of some of our wrinkles.
Oh, there sure is. And the biggest thing that's being published all over now, I mean, back when I used to talk about it, 10 years ago when people first started asking doTERRA people, well, what do you think? And I talk about sugar and cancer, they thought I was nuts.
I know.
Now, guess what? I'm not nuts. I was just reading reports, hadn't been translated into English yet. Sugar feeds cancer and all viruses.
Did we say that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It does. One of the first things that a lot of the really good oncologists will tell you is on your road to recovery after you have finished whatever course of treatments have been recommended, you really need to change your lifestyle.
That's right.
Because when you beat cancer, you want to never create a nest for it again.
And it seems like all the news reports, everything talks about inflammation. And we know that that's one of the causes, one of the things that you see when people are diagnosed with cancer and so many other conditions. Your muscle aches, your teeth, gum problems. So if we can eliminate the cause of that, the sugar and the carbs, we're going to have overall improved health.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to scare you. This is not negative advertising. I'm not trying to scare you, make you fearful. I'm trying to inform you. That's the whole idea. We give you information. Your intuitive nature is going to draw the same information to you over and over again if it's important for you at this part of your life. We're just one of many sources that are good for you to consider a lifestyle change.
So true.
And Deb and I, we're famous with our chart about the OSE and the OCE. We found some more words.
There are more. Yeah, some of them I can't even say. But no, the demon comes in many forms. Lately, everything in the news is the corn syrup, Now there's no corn syrup in cereal and there's no corn syrup in this, but that is another word for sugar. The cane juice, fructose, glucose, malt syrup. That was a new one for me. I don't think I've ever remember reading it.
Right. You have to read the labels. And when you read the labels, think in terms of syrup. Isn't that something sweet you put on pancakes and waffles? Somebody else.
It sounds like it. Yes.
I used to put syrup on my ice cream. Oh my God. I think that's
wow.
Broke on a plate, baby. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at
But we can
word.
back then we didn't know any better. Now we know better, right?
Yeah. When you really are being good and you're really avoiding sugar, because you got to beat it down. And for 21 days, you got to be really steadfast, really clear, really clean. And then you can take a deep breath and go, all right, now it's going to be easier because I've developed new patterns and habits. Again, we're just wanting to inform you because you're bright, because you're intelligent, and you're going to draw people to you who need support and will actually want to know.
And the interesting thing is, after the 21 days, your taste buds have changed. You're going to be tasting things so much differently. You're going to recognize flavors. Like last night, my friend Sue shared a salad that had kale in it. I have never had kale, and I found out I really liked it. So, it's another new thing as you're doing these 21 days. You're going to explore so many things that you may not be looking for, the things that you used to eat.
Oh yeah, sorry, Deb. There was kale in the salad last night. Sorry, I meant to tell you. It's the curly looking green stuff, honey, and it's
Yeah,
very rich.
it was good though. It's something I would have never picked up on my own though.
Oh
And
yeah,
so it's nice to have it.
right. And when you go to restaurants, man, they serve this chopped kale salad with mandarin oranges and such things. It's amazing.
Okay. Patterns,
Yeah.
new patterns.
Yeah, come on, guys. You've done vision boards before. You know how to do goal restarting. You know how to do goal setting. You
Mhm.
know how to talk nice to yourself every day. But what's really important when it comes to long term, being able to enjoy your creativity, enjoy your long term plans. I remember growing up in a neighborhood in Michigan where the automotive industry was the big employer. All the big automotive companies were where we were in the Detroit area. And I got to tell you, people planned for retirement. The sad part was they didn't eat right, they didn't live right. And shortly after retirement, the husbands would just croak. They'd have a heart attack. They'd be sitting on their porch and they'd have a stroke. And it always puzzled me. They planned and planned, and now they can't do those things.
Mhm.
We can. We know better. We can.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
And other than our vision board and our goals, remember saying your daily affirmations, saying them out loud, using them in conjunction with our essential oils is also a really important part of changing our lifestyle, changing our thinking.
Right. And shopping, you just have to have new shopping patterns. You cannot cruise the chip aisle. You cannot go and look to see if they have any icing free Pop Tarts. You have to stay off those aisles. Somebody wrote to me and said, well, my Pop Tart doesn't have any icing on it. Well, good for you. There's still 11 bazillion units of sugar. Read the label.
I
Shop.
think Sue, the world needs to go shopping with you. I've never met anyone that can get in and out of a supermarket within like 10 minutes.
Well, it's because I don't look. I have a list. I go pick up,
Right.
out. I'm done. The
Yep.
things at the counter irritate me because, as far as I'm concerned, they're slowing down the people in front of me because they got to read the paper, they got to play with the candy. No, I want out.
And we all have busy lifestyles, but eating on a regular schedule really does help. It helps keep our sugar levels balanced. So try to stick to an eating schedule as much as possible. And breakfast is important, people. You need to have breakfast.
Yeah, so many people, wrote to us and said, "Oh, I just don't have time for breakfast. I'm getting the kids out. I got to get to work. I got to do this. I got to do that." Hey, get your trim shake, put it in your shaker the night before. Take your little box of almond milk with you. You get
Yeah.
to work, shake it up, and trake it. You've got to feed your furnace on a regular basis because you can get away with it for the first couple hours. And then all of a sudden, you're going to want to go to the treat cart. You're going to want to go to the vending machine. You're going to want to go, let's go have a blow nut. Okay? And just remember, it will blow out later.
And remember, if you do give into that craving and go to that cart and eat that thing, don't blow it the rest of the day. get right back on it and say, okay, I made a mistake, and just get right back to it. Don't make the whole day go to waste and just keep eating like that the rest of the day.
Right. And I got to tell you, I hurt myself when I didn't stay on my regular schedule because I was without sugar for 3 months. I did great. It felt wonderful. All the best things that you can say about not being on sugar all happened for me.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was off my schedule, that was when I actually got old cravings back again. That's when
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought, oh, if I just grab a spoon of peanut butter and a little cracker, I'll be fine. No, no, no. You've got to keep your snacks. I've got my refrigerator full now. I've cut up all my vegetables. I have them ready. I've got eggs boiled. They're sitting there ready. So if I decide I need something, I don't have any excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the vegetables travel with me very well.
Yes, they do.
And
And
you'll find after 5 days, you literally are not nearly as hungry. That was a big surprise to me.
right. But a lot of people are still looking for things just out of habit. Our patterns are such that we want that mid-morning snack. We want the mid-afternoon snack. I think all the teachers in the world, we always have a snack at 4 o'clock at the end of the day. But so those are things you have to plan for. Plan to have more water. Plan to have, a nice cold drink or a room temperature drink of water. And you're going to find that hunger does go away if
Right.
you're feeling,
I carry salt free cashews. You know why?
because nobody else likes them.
Right. Nobody else will have any. I get to still have some.
Yeah, but I think I have to be honest. I think the packs that you find, those cute little packs,
Yes.
are perfect, and you always have them out and about, and you offer them to all of us too. And it takes your mouth is busy chewing and chomping, and it really helps.
Right. And please, please remember consistent application of oils, consistent restatement of your goals.
Mm-hmm.
You will be amazed how in 21 days you are so energized and you feel so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Please, please think in terms of drinking water. Think in terms of using coriander. We're going to cover some very special oils in just a couple minutes here. I know this is supposed to be a quickie, but I want to tell you all the feelings you're feeling are normal. And
That's
these
right.
are real side effects of clearing the cloud or the drape or the blanket on your life that the sugar demon has been providing.
Mm-hmm. Well, you experienced the first one right away.
Yes. Yes.
Sue has an acute sense. Her senses are really acute. Then she's amazing, but her sense of smell was so intensified. She could smell things that were like that I couldn't smell for like another 5 minutes. She was already aware of them. I liked how, for me, like things that in my like thoughts and things were changing. They were different. I was able to rethink old patterns and change my thinking, which was really great.
Yeah, because if you keep dusting off that day Uncle Louis told you were bow-legged and no man would want you, and you play that back over and over again,
Mm-hmm.
even that is going to seem less harsh to you when
Mm-hmm.
you don't have the sugar demon stimulating you to comfort yourself.
Right. Um, you want to, like we said, keep using your oils, drink your water. And for me, the most important thing is to look in the mirror and tell myself that I'm lovable, that I do love myself, and that I can appreciate all the changes that are going in my life right now. Even giving myself a little hug once in a while, it really does work.
Right. I do the thing where I put frankincense on my palm of my right hand and I rub it on my left shoulder. And I
Mm-hmm.
say, I love you and I only want you to influence you. I don't want you to be influenced by 18 other people.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
You have to do all this for you. Please. I know we've said that over and over again, but if you're going to give up sugar, don't announce to the world you're doing that. The world all has sugar demons and they're all going to try to defeat you. When I first started this a couple years ago with Deb, we do the 3-week break every quarter. My
Mm-hmm.
husband was so cute. As a reward, he'd bring me home some caramels from Jacques Perez. And I'd go like, honey, wait, you're missing the point here. Was trying to reward me for taking good care of me by giving me caramels. And he's so
Mm-hmm.
sweet. He's such a nice man. But I had to explain to him, no, that no longer is a reward. Okay. Let's go make some pottery. Let's go for a walk in the woods. Let's go find some new turtles. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Make reward something different. Now, let's talk about some of the hidden reasons we love. There's not really hidden, but this is where we're going to get a little non-compliant because we're going to be honest with you about how really beneficial the oils can be.
Right. Lang Lang is, well, they're all a gift, but Lang Lang covers so many areas. It does help with the depression. So if you're experiencing that while you're going through this, grab your bottle of Lang Lang and slather it on. It helps. It's an anti-infectious, anti-inflammatory, anti-parasitic, antiseptic. I mean, oh my gosh. I think that should become my next go-to bottle. It does help stimulate our adrenal glands, which also sometimes are not working right when we have a little weight issue or we're addicted to sugar. It helps with relieve anxiety and depression and hypertension and insomnia and also many other things, palpitations and skin rashes, and wow.
Right.
I think it's a first aid kit in a bottle. What do you think?
Yeah, it's really good because everybody knows about the relief of high blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And this is never intended to be used instead of medication.
Right. You don't stop a medication and switch to oils. You always consult your doctor. And if someone prescribes something, you're going to stay with it. Absolutely. But it does relieve so many things. And it is an overall feel good. That's how when I use it, it's like, wow, this is amazing. I do feel well.
Right. And the thing is, when you feed your body on a regular basis, you stay well hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things are going to work better for you. And the oils that we talk about do not interfere with medication.
That's right.
They don't even talk to each other. They often create an environment in which your medication can work better.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people do report that after a while they do get off a lot of their medications, or like using, Lang Lang or things like that, or fennel even. They're stopping their use of Advil to relieve joint pain and things like that. So there's a lot of positives that occur when we reach for our oil bottles and stay hydrated.
Right. And I love fennel because it's a great anti-parasitic. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody thinks, oh, I don't have parasites. Yeah, if you ate some raw vegetables, yeah, you do. The little seeds for parasites are everywhere, and they thrive inside the human body. Sometimes there's even a copacetic relationship. So fennel gets rid of the neighbors you don't want.
Mm-hmm.
Think of white sugar poisoning. Fennel helps your body recover from white sugar poisoning, gout, arthritis. Okay. And it helps to prevent the buildup of toxic waste in the body, which precede inflammatory condition of the joints. We were talking about inflammation a few minutes ago.
Right.
Inflammation becomes the nest or the thriving moisture bed for viruses and cancer to live on.
And you've also shared with us that fennel is really good at getting rid of those cellulite pockets that we don't like, especially with swimsuit season coming up. Let's slather that on.
For sure. And it helps reduce your cravings between meals. I just throw a little fennel under my tongue and my mouth gets all kinds of happy. It thinks, gosh, you're related to licorice.
I know, I love it.
Now let's talk about our big buddies. Da 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 da.
Yeah, and we have talked about coriander before, but it's so great at helping us. Again, it has similar properties to lang lang and fennel. Helps with that arthritis, as Sue said. It helps with the fatigue. It helps with feelings of anxiety. It helps with gout. It does so many things. It also helps us emotionally. It stimulates us when we're suffering from low energy if we diffuse it. So it's just an all around good thing, physically and emotionally, to help us. Muscles and I use it constantly. I rub it right across my belly after I eat to help me digest my food and use my food more effectively. So it isn't really amazing.
Yeah, and the reason I keep telling you about coriander is your best friend, coriander really does help you rewrite misinformation. And it
Mm-hmm.
works really well with its buddy right next door, black pepper. When we are grieving, when we are recognizing things that used to bother us that encouraged us to go out and, just let's go get a candy bar. Let's go have some ice cream. I'm really irritated. Let's go have some ice cream. Or we were in situations where we felt we were not able to express ourselves. We often put food in our mouths to keep us, we're suppressing kind of what we wanted to say or we needed to say. We didn't understand everything we feel is real.
Yeah, that's true. Because a lot of our reasons for going and grabbing that carb or that sweet is when we're limiting what we're not able to say. I know that's when I would go because I never wanted the confrontation. So, um, coriander, reaching for that. And you can put that, internally as well. You can put that under your tongue and it will help you relieve that urge to go grab that sweet treat.
And keep drinking lots of water. You're washing away old debris, which includes bad thinking that has not, you don't need it anymore. Some of the
Mm-hmm.
thinking patterns you had to survive, you don't need it anymore.
That's
So
right.
fill that space with good stuff. Fill that space with virtue recognition. Black pepper is one of those things people talk about in funny terms. Dr. Hill at one point said black pepper was the poor man's Melissa. Well, it's a different chemistry, but it really has a very interesting effect on the body. It has a similar effect in that it is single minded. Black pepper, when it decides, they're smart oils. Remember, they're smart. So if you have a digestive issue and that's your body's priority, that's where black pepper will serve you, whether you need an
Okay.
appetite motivator or a balancer. If your spleen isn't happy because you've been depressed, if you're nauseated and you have a lot of candida, which a lot of people have candida, black
Mm-hmm.
pepper is one of your best buddies. It psychologically, it builds endurance and helps you reconnect with life whenever you feel alienated. These are amazing gifts. Open up your box of oils. Open up your bags of oils. I have a friend who has several boxes and bags. Get them out. Play with them. But whatever you're going to do, I ask that you do it consistently. Morning, night, afternoon, whenever it's going to happen, please apply your
Mm-hmm.
oils. Make your clear statements of intent. Your body loves routine, it loves it.
And remember, keeping the bottles of oils in the closet doesn't help them work. You have to actually open them and use them.
Although your closet will be very happy with the fragrance.
Yes, it would.
Yes. And this concludes our comforting you with the blues of the sugar demon. We will meet again next Monday. Even though it's a holiday, Deb and I will carve out time to talk to you next Monday and remind you this is all real, it's new, it's up to you to label these changes as good changes. Get excited about the change. Congratulate yourself for making the good decision to eliminate toxins from your diet. Find new ways to nurture you. Right, Deb? We've talked about that before.
Absolutely. And it's not necessarily the caramels.
That's right. Oh,
No,
thank goodness it finally started pouring rain here. Thank you. My head is like
oh, good.
going to explode
Yes.
anymore. Yay!
Yeah, look at your vision board, use your affirmation cards, look at your calendar. Find ways of making positive statements every day, saying them out loud when you're applying your oils. Consistent. Don't forget your 2 20-minute walks or some sort of exercise. If it's raining, walk. My dad, thanks to Sue, every time he couldn't go out, he walked around the dining room table a few times. Just get moving. And that will help you through this process as well.
Right. And pick up your old creative arts projects. Give your hands something to new. We talked about new patterns and habits. I rearranged my cupboards. I used to have 2 large shelves of snacks in my pantry. True confessions time. Okay. We had every kind of chicken you could imagine and Triscuits, the original ones. And we were ready. Okay. We don't have the 2 shelves of snacks anymore. Okay.
That's because you were just being the host and hostess with the mostest for all of us. That's why.
Now people come over, man. They get kale and water. That's it.
That's right.
You guys
that is true.
Can do this, but look around. Look at the habits that you've not really paid attention to. Rearrange those cupboards. You can do it. We'll give you some tips next week on rearranging. I hope you enjoyed the handout. Tell me you were able to print it out, please.
Yes.
Remember, this technology still makes me funny.
And you're great at it. Everyone, good luck. Hang in there. You're going to do it. Be strong. Fight that urge. Fight that demon.
Drink that water. Wash him away.
And move.
Thank you, Miss Deb.
Thank you, Sue. Everyone, good luck. Have a great week. We'll see you next Monday.
Yay, you can do this.